Hi guys, welcome to another video of Between the Ropes TV. Guys, tonight I'm just going to break down the DAZN card at the weekend, the Next Gen card headlined by Dalton Smith and Sam Mason for the British light welterweight title. It's a stacked card, to be fair. It's a stacked card full of prospects, an interesting rematch, and a really intriguing headline fight. And I'm just going to break it down one by one, starting with Dalton Smith, his affair with Sam Mason. I think that could be. It's got the potential to be a cracking fight. Sam Mason's coming to this pretty underestimated. He's had his 3 defeats. He's been stopped twice. That was way back in 2014 and 2017. The big thing for me is how much of the inactivities hurt Sam. All right. He had a spell of almost 3 years out the ring, but he came back in May. He had a good win against Serge Mbomo, the well-travelled journeyman, and he'll be ready for this fight. This is his chance to spoil the party. But Dalton Smith, as you guys know, I really, really don't like judging prospects until they've had 10 fights. And Dalton's had 11, but Dalton's looked really, really sharp, really, really sharp. And I like the way they built Dalton Smith up. Dalton, for me, is probably the busiest prospect in the Matchroom stable. He's got to be. He's got to be. I mean, he's had his 11 fights, but he's had at least 2, 3 fights a year since he's turned over. And he's looked good. He's gradually stepped up, and when he's done the rounds, he's still got his opponents out of there. He's had his 9 stoppages, but they've looked pretty good. I mean, he took out Roy Millette in the 10th round. He's took out Nathan Bennett. He's took out Lee Appleyard. These are good domestic tests, and if you want to do anything at European level, Commonwealth level, certainly British level, and even above that, if you're talking on knocking on the door for world titles and getting in that mix, you need to be making statements with these kind of characters. So Dalton will be looking to impress, Dalton will be looking to impose his will, and I have Dalton handling in this fight. I think he'll take him a few rounds, but he's being active, he's sharp, he's got power, Dalton. He's got power, but he doesn't rush his work. He looks for the openings, he looks for the gaps, and he exploits that. And what I like about him is he doesn't take that foot off the pedal. If he sees he's got his opponent hurt, he'll get them out of there. That's what I like about him. He's got that instinct, but he does look to box initially. He's like a box puncher. And I'm really hopeful for Dalton Smith, and I think it's going to be a good fight because I don't think you'll see him rushing in. I don't think you'll see him getting too carried away. I think he'll do a job. I think he'll do a really professional job, and I think he'll look good. And this could be the first of many titles for Dalton. So this is a good fight to look out for. Next on the card to talk about, we've got Sandy Ryan, Sandy 3-1 in the rematch against Erica Farias. Boy, where do I go with this one? I don't like this match for Sandy. I really don't. I don't think she should have taken this. I think they completely underestimated Farias. I really do. I mean, Farias has got a tremendous record, She's been in with Jessica McCaskill twice, who we all know is the undisputed welterweight champion. She's been in with Michaela Mayer. She's been in with Pursoon. She's been in with Brockhouse. I mean, she even beat Mary McGee back in 2014. And as you guys will all know, Mary McGee was a world champion who was beaten by Chantel Cameron. So she's got good pedigree. She's got good pedigree, and to have that fight in only a 4th fight, they must have fought the world of Sandy Ryan. And look, she can fight. I know she can. I've seen her as an amateur. She can fight. But I just thought it was just too soon in a pro career. And that's a problem sometimes with women's boxing. There isn't that depth there. Whereas had Sandy Ryan been a man, they definitely wouldn't have picked an equivalent opponent for only a prospect's 4th fight. I just think it was a big ask, and probably the pressure's on Sandy to perform in this fight. It really is, and big respect to her, because I wouldn't have picked this fight for Sandy Ryan. Farias, in my opinion, won comfortably last time round, and she had a point deducted as well. She had a point deducted in the final round. I'm not too sure if I see it any differently. Sandy's going to have to improve bucket loads to win this fight. She may even have to knock Farias out to win this fight. So I'm going to go for Farias on that fight. I just think that experience is going to be telling, and the only way I can see Sandy Ryan winning is by knockout. In terms of the other fight on the card, we got Jordan Thompson fighting for the IBF European Cruiserweight title against a boy from the Czech Republic. I'll see if I can get his name pronounced correctly, Dukar. So that's a pretty good fight. I mean, Jordan he's been around. He's not like a new kid on the block. He's been a pro since 2015. You know, and to be fair, he's been fairly active. But this is a slightly bit of a step up. He's mainly fought against journeyman Jordan. But having said that, he's done a job on them all. He's on a 6-fight KO streak. And he's looked good. You can only beat who's in front of you and look good doing so. So although the opponents haven't been there to test him yet, you know, he's looked good doing what he's had to do. I see him being comfortable in this fight, and I see him getting a stoppage. I mean, Ducar's, you know, I think he's had his 5 defeats, but he's not got the best of records either. I couldn't tell you any of the names that he's beaten, to be brutally honest with you guys. And, you know, in terms of his defeats, I mean, I know he's lost to Chris Billum-Smith. You know, he's lost to Mike Perez. In fact, he got stopped by Mike Perez. So it's I can't see him posing Jordan Thompson too many problems, but I want to see Jordan get through this fight and then move on, put him in with those domestic names. There's some good names from at cruiserweight. I'd like to see him win this and go in for a fight with Jack Macy, who's got the IBO world title. That'd be a good fight for him. A good fight for the Northwest as well. But he needs to get through this fight, and I'm pretty confident that he does. The rest of the card is learning fights for the likes of Campbell Hatton. Hope Price is back in action. Hope Price is improved loads since his debut. I remember when he first turned over and he kind of looked like a boy stepping into a man's world. And you guys will know what I mean by that. He just looked like a raw, skinny amateur. Had a nice array of skills, but didn't look as though he could quite put it together. Looked quite intimidated when he was on the inside. He looked really uncomfortable on the inside, and he did good work on the outside. But you always got the sense that if a journeyman roughed him up and dragged him into the trenches on the inside, he may buckle. But he's come on leaps and bounds under Dave Caldwell. Dave Caldwell's really brought him on. So I'm looking forward to seeing him come out. He's nice and sharp. And also Big Johnny Fisher as well at heavyweight. Big ticket seller. Big ticket seller. I'm a bit, unlike, I know Josh is a big fan, so I don't want to say this, you know, just because Josh isn't here. Still a lot of questions that need to be asked, in my opinion. But again, he's stopping people that are in front of him. He's doing a job on them. When he gets stepped up, that's when we'll see how good he really is. So I still have my doubts about him. But he's a big ticket seller, and Matchroom will want to keep him busy because they'll be wanting that money to come through. So overall, they're the fights to look out for. There's also Kieran Conway on the card, who's getting back into the mix as well. It'll be nice to see Kieran Conway back in that super welterweight division with a nice win as well. So it's a not a bad card, to be fair, not a bad next gen card. Get to see some prospects, get to see a good intriguing rematch. The female boxing's always been exciting. It's good to have some varied fights on the card as well. But I'm also looking forward to see Dalton Smith and how he shines headlining the card. This could be his coming out party. So guys, stay tuned with us. We've got a big week ahead and we've got a big week next week as well. So there's plenty more content to come. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe onto the channel. Take care.